to still be your local GM dealership after all these years. Hug Chevrolet GMC, since the beginning, still right here.
And we're floating in a sea of red.
Arkansas wins! 115 billion reasons to love the Razorbacks. Full-time. Can you believe it? Touchdown, Razorback! I got that one.
It's Arkansas Game Day on ESPN Arkansas, brought to you by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, celebrating more than 15 years of scholarships. Learn more at myarkansasLottery.com. Arkansas Game Day is also presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, largest inventory of Razorback merchandise in the business and locally owned by a family of Arkansas alums. It doesn't get more Razorback than the Stadium Shop.
Hit that line, keep on rolling. Put the ball right down the field with a chill rock. Never feel rock. Arkansas will never yield.
Start every Saturday with Arkansas Game Day, 5 hours before kickoff.
When they run through that A here in 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't need Viagra, but that's my Viagra when they run through.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
Arkansas Razorback football definitely guaranteed to give you 4 hours of satisfaction at least. And if not, call your doctor. This is Arkansas Game Day. The Razorbacks taking on Mississippi State, two winless teams in the SEC. Somebody's O has got to go, in the words of the great Michael Buffer. Going to be a big-time SEC matchup this Saturday here in Fayetteville at 3 o'clock on the SEC Network. If you are a YouTube TV subscriber, too bad, so sad, nanny boo-boo, because you will not be watching the game today. Probably won't be getting any of this stuff back until maybe Monday, or maybe Tuesday. We'll see. So that's what's going on today around college football. This is Arkansas Game Day, brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. It is Hogtoberfest at the Stadium Shop on Razorback. It's your game day headquarters all October long. You can buy one, get one, 50% off regular price clothing items, including hats of equal or lesser value. Zach, I will need you to let me know what the hat selection looks like, because I might need you to pull the trigger on some of those for me while you are there.
I got you covered. You don't worry about that. I will take care of everything you need here at the Stadium Shop. The rain has just started. It's going to end shortly. It's a little gray here in Fayetteville, but it is a brisk, like 45 degrees. It's gorgeous out, and we got a football game here in a couple hours.
We're also
I keep telling Robert the sun's coming out, but he keeps telling me to shut up. But, I'm trying to be the eternal optimist.
I think maybe the sun might come out a little bit today, and there will be a football game played. Rain, sun, sleet, snow, they will figure it out.
And like you said, a special shout-out to all the YouTube TV refugees. Right. I pulled the trigger on Hulu this morning, so I'm set to go. So when I get home, I'll be able to watch
When I get home, I'm going to have to go ahead and cut the cord. I might call YouTube TV myself and leave a strongly worded voicemail just to see if I can get a person on the phone with me and cut the cord that way.
One of our listeners yesterday, a guy from Harrison, actually physically called YouTube TV and told them that he was canceling.
That's beautiful. He had to feel a lot better.
That's how you do that. That's how you do it.
You got to feel a lot better than doing that rather than just clicking a few boxes, because after that you can breathe deeply and think, wow, now somebody out there who works for those people knows that I'm mad at them, and that's good enough for me. We're also brought to you by the Scholarship Lottery. Yeah, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, another sponsor here of Arkansas Game Day, celebrating more than 15 years of scholarships. You can learn more at myarkansaslottery.com. I'm Colton Little here on Arkansas Game Day. My co-host, my good friend, Zach Arns. Zach, it's going to be, like you said, a rainy start to the game, maybe a little bit kind of a dreary day. Both of these teams really need a win. Jeff Levy and the Mississippi Bulldogs coming into town. Bobby Petrino, the interim head coach for the Arkansas Razorbacks, just trying to hold on to the rope here. Zach, what's going to happen?
I think the weather is certainly an indicator of kind of the way things have gone for both of these teams. Like you said, somebody's O's got to go. Yeah. You look at kind of the pattern with these two teams. Like for 3 quarters last week, Mississippi State looked great. And then with 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, they're up 17, and they let that lead get away from them. Mm-hmm. And, you wonder kind of where they are. And then, in a parallel universe, Arkansas's got a nice lead going into the fourth quarter. Then on 4 straight possessions, you turn the football over, and you wind up losing the football game going away. I mean, Auburn beat you by 9, and you kind of wonder where Arkansas is. It's a very interesting clash here because Jeff Levy in year 2 – man, you've got to win a league game. I mean, they haven't won one yet under him, and their last league win was when they beat Arkansas 7-3.
Yeah, happy homecoming. Beautiful
2 years ago. So Mississippi State, for their program, has got to start winning some games, not just getting close. For Arkansas, I don't know where we are in the Bobby Petrino audition, but you're at a critical point here. You drop this one, I think you can close the book They're going to play out the final 3 games, and we're going to be on to something else. You win this one, you go into the bye week with a little bit of momentum. Pull one of those last 3 off. I think you've got a chance to see Bobby Petrino as your permanent head coach going into 2026.
And I think going into this season, everybody that had a good feel of this team and what they might be able to do, and the rest of the league, they sort of penciled in those Auburn and Mississippi State games back-to-back while they were playing you at home. They sort of penciled those in as, okay, hey, these are 2 wins in the SEC that we definitely think that we can get. You have a better team than these 2 programs. And so I think even if Sam Pittman was still the head coach up there, that they would have been in the game last week. They might have been able to win. And I think that even today, if Sam Pittman was the head coach, Arkansas should be able to win this game against Mississippi State. But obviously, things transpire. They looked terrible, listless, lifeless, limp. It doesn't really matter. But Zach, I think you're right. If there are still a big money person out there that after today, if Mississippi State comes to town and they beats Arkansas, if there is still a booster out there, somebody that actually has a little bit of sway behind the scenes that is still putting their money behind Bobby Petrino, I would love to speak to them about how I could also, spend their money for them poorly, because it's just not going to work out. In my personal opinion, there's a lot of other options that you could go, and sticking with Petrino is putting a Band-Aid over a bullet hole, in my opinion. And although it is a nice, okay safety net, I guess, that you can fall into, there's no reason to say that Bobby Petrino can't see the writing on the wall either and isn't putting out feelers at a group of 5 job that's a much more comfortable position he could land at and still blow a whistle every day, Zach.
Yeah, I floated that idea that, maybe he's sort of leveraging this for another job or anything like that. But, nothing has changed since Sam Pittman left. There's still a lot of 1-score losses. The defense is still bad. They're still turning the ball over at an alarming rate. But there's always, somebody's always going to point out the excuse. Well, Taylor Green doesn't turn it over like that. Taylor Green is like 9-15 as a starting quarterback here. The idea that we're talking, Taylor Green is an elite athlete. He is not an elite quarterback. He makes 5 plays a game where you go, nobody else on the planet can do that. And then he makes 4 plays in the 4th quarter against Auburn where you just kind of left scratching your head. So the consistency there, the consistency of the program just isn't there. A lot of it has to do with the talent level. You got to have guys. If you don't have the guys, you're not going to compete in this league, especially on the line of scrimmage. And right now, especially on the defensive side, I don't think they have that. Today is one of those days where you're looking at, you're basically looking in the mirror. You're looking at a team that's, in your neighborhood, if you will. And this is a game, yes, you have to win to have any sort of an argument for this current coaching staff to continue on into 26. I think there's going to be a major overhaul of the roster. I think the roster is going to look a lot different next year. I think the coaching staff is going to look a lot different. And, we talk about, Petrino going forward. Rhett Lashley signed a contract extension yesterday.
Ooh, yeah.
He's off the board. So the list of candidates that we're talking about, and remember, coaching season is all about smoke screens and, look over here while we're working over here.
Track this play. I'm actually flying this play.
Yeah, I really think the James Franklin thing is just Jimmy Sexton trying to get his client to Florida and the highest bidder. Because it is a game of musical chairs. But as far as today goes, Arkansas's got to win this football game. Yeah. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about this. You're at home. You've got you've probably got a better roster. I think they're close, but you've got the better roster. You've got to have some sort of motivation, and and they're due. Mississippi State's due as well. I thought it was going to happen last week, but they're due, and it's time. They've got to win a football game, especially here in front of the fans. Man, the fatigue that this roller coaster that they've been on for the last 18 months is starting to get to folks. I mean, just talking to folks this morning, the apathy is setting in. So if the program wants to take a step forward, today's the day you got to do it.
Yeah, and apathy already has set in to start this season, because if there wasn't any apathy, you probably still would have Sam Pittman as your head coach. But Zach, you mentioned looking in a mirror, the closeness of these two teams and the parallel. Kendall Briles, his brother-in-law, did talk about that earlier this week.
And we're going to play a football team again that has been in a ton of close football games. And very, very similar. Their record is their record, but they have had opportunity after opportunity to be in ball games and win football games. Very, very similar to us.
That's Mississippi State head coach Jeff Levy, by the way. He is brother-in-law with Kendall Briles. But the closeness of these teams, Zach, is something that I don't think can be ignored. You mentioned how they both feel like they're due. Last week, watching some of that Mississippi State game against Texas, it kind of felt like watching an Arkansas game at times where, hey, you've got this big lead. Maybe the momentum is on your side. Things are going in your favor, and then slowly it just gets ripped away thread by thread, play by play. And, Texas finished that game with a backup quarterback that came in and threw an absolute dot in the corner of the end zone right in front of Mississippi State superfan Brandon Walker, which is just cherry, cherry on top. But Mississippi State definitely has. I mean, they're reeling after these past couple weeks, and they haven't won an SEC game in a very long time. And I don't know that there's a lot of pressure on Jeff Levy. They're going to pull the trigger now, but Mississippi State wants to be competitive the same as everybody else, and it has to sting when your big brother in Oxford is, the talk of the town every single Saturday. So lots to play for Mississippi State, lots to play for Arkansas as well, because like you said, Zach, if this isn't the win that you can pull out today, your schedule doesn't get any more easy, and things are going to get a lot more difficult going into November, which where we start today.
And never forget, I mean, Mississippi State picked off Arizona State
to start the season,
back in September. Yeah. And I mean, it's a team that has had opportunities a lot like Arkansas has. I mean, outside of a one game on Arkansas' schedule, they've been in every game. And, about this time of year, you start the reevaluation. Is Taylon Green the guy? Should you go with somebody younger? Do we start playing some of the younger guys? Man, in today's college football, you don't think like that.
Yeah.
You're playing for today because there's no guarantee that anybody on your roster is going to be there in 2026. So you're giving yourself, you're playing the guys that give you the best chance to win games. Mississippi State, to me, is dangerous. Blake Shapen he's a really good quarterback. He's kind of a Timu version of Diego Pavia in a lot of ways. He just kind of makes plays, and he drags that team along. Defensively, Mississippi State's not good.
No.
And that should, I don't know what I don't know what the over/under on this thing is, but I would certainly take the over because I think both teams will score. My question is this, is one, how much energy is the crowd going to bring? Because, look, I get it. After getting knocked around the last couple of weeks, last week in particular, in the rain, how many people are going to be here to take this thing on? Again, I hate putting must-wins on a 2-6 football team, but you got to win this one. There's no excuse not to. And if they can figure out a way to win, man, you're 3-6, you're still – and I hate saying this, but I mean, you're still in the hunt for a bowl game. And that was the goal at the beginning of the season, was 6-6, 7-5. Vegas put the over-under at 5.5. You're still kind of where you thought you'd be. It just the route you've taken has been a little bit circuitous.
It's circuitous is a very nice way to describe it. The route has been long and arduous, and turnovers have been costly for Arkansas as well as Mississippi State. You mentioned some of the games, the close games that they've been in, how it's just been so similar to the Razorbacks football season this year. You can call us. You can text us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. Get in here. Get your prediction for what's going on around college football today. Let us know what your alternative plan is. If you'd canceled YouTube TV, what's your game plan? Where are you going? What are you thinking? What are you going to do? We want to know here on Arkansas Game Day. I'm Colton Little. This is Zach Arns. We are live at the Stadium Shop. Back here in just a minute previewing Arkansas and Mississippi State. Back in just a second.
You're listening to Arkansas Game Day, sponsored by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
And that's what's hard to take.
Less than 2 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts, Peter. I don't know what they're going to do. Down 3 and way out of field goal range. Truly an unlucky state to be in.
This state has plenty of luck. Last year, 8 Arkansans each won $1 million off a lottery ticket.
State as in a state of being, not... Whoa, touchdown Razorbacks.
Did you? This is winning, folks. Every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps fund college scholarships. You could be the next big winner. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level. For you, learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
Crisp air, colorful leaves, and the perfect season to get moving. It's fall at True Grit Running Company. Whether you're hitting the trails, walking the neighborhood, or cheering from the sidelines, we've got the shoes, apparel, and accessories to keep you comfy and supported. From cozy layers to top brands like Hoka, Brooks, and Ufos, fall into your new favorites today. Stop by True Grit Running Company on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, right behind Chick-fil-A. This autumn, let your journey start with True Grit.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren.
It's football season, and that means tailgate parties and gathering with friends. River Point Wine and Spirits has all your favorite party supplies. You'll love our clean, organized store full of all the best liquor, wine, and beer. At River Point, we're a family-owned business where customer service is always our priority. Your journey, our spirit. River Point Wine and Spirits, Grand Avenue and I-540.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call your Shelter Insurance agent, Ryan Hughes, in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Welcome back to Arkansas Game Day.
Green's going to throw off play action, right flat, Sharp's there, skips a tackle, and he's got a chance to go down the sidelines. 20, 10, touchdown Arkansas.
Start every Saturday with Arkansas Game Day, 5 hours before kickoff. Brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. Arkansas Game Day is also presented by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
His aura, man, we talk about it all the time. He has a different type of aura.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
Yeah, it definitely hurt us that his inability to run the football, and particularly early. He had a couple where he could have kept it early, 4th down stop as a keep, and we didn't execute it that way. So we definitely got a lot of work to do to get that back in our game. We need that in our game to be able to be successful offensively. No, the knee was good. It was good. He got the go-ahead. He practiced all week long. He just didn't come out and execute like we expect him to do, and they're good on defense.
That's your interim head coach, Bobby Petrino, talking about Talon Green and the Arkansas rushing attack. They weren't able to move the ball on the ground like they have been all season, but through the air, you heard the Raylan Sharp highlight cut right there. They were able to gash Auburn for a little bit until the fourth quarter, and then things got really ugly really fast. I'll tell you what's not ugly, Zach, is the beautiful spread of breakfast tacos that I heard that you guys got up there that I don't get to eat. So shout out to Rudy's for that.
Yeah, we're hanging out at the Stadium Shop. Robert is playing he's my personal cameraman right now. He's trying to get that thing set up. But
Looks good,
Rudy's swung by and dropped off 30 breakfast tacos. We've got bacon sausage. Kinsey, what else is in there? Bacon sausage. There's brisket. The brisket tacos are unbelievable.
Kinsey's there?
Yeah, I can't. Well, the only thing that would possibly get a 14-year-old out of bed before 8 a.m.
Free
on a
breakfast tacos?
Saturday
Yeah.
morning is free breakfast tacos. Burritos. Yeah, we're having this debate over whether they're tacos or burritos.
What's how you
On the
hold 'em.
box, it says tacos. She's very upset with me because I keep calling them tacos. But whatever they are, so y'all need to get down here and take these things away. The best Razorback gear in America is right here at the Stadium Shop, and they're right by the front door. You can grab them on your way out, grab them on your way in, shop, eat, do whatever you got to do. Also, and I'll say this till the cows come home, the parking. Robert does a terrific job here with the parking at the Stadium Shop. If you're looking to get in and out of here fast, Robert has the best setup. It is, I've timed it, 6 minutes. You can be on the interstate post game. You park anywhere else, you're here a half an hour.
Yeah, you're waiting for a while.
6 minutes, right? We're right next to Baum Stadium. He'll park you. He'll put you wherever you want. You can get in, out, and you're on your way. And he does a terrific job here with the parking, with the Razorback stuff. And we've got breakfast tacos. Just come on, say we had the Wilson Park MBI stopped by earlier. Danny, who came to visit us at a remote, swung by, and I want to thank Danny very much because he gave $20 to myself, Bill, and Derek for lunch, which
nice.
we certainly took care of. But he stopped by today to talk, prior to the broadcast, and then he gave the kid $20.
Nice.
So. Yeah, Danny, thank you very much. Next time, as her, I guess her guardian, that 20 comes to me. So,
Danny, I'm in Barling, so if you want to bet any more crisp 20s, stop by. I'd love to have them. I could sure use them. That's a 989 South Razorback Road there at the Stadium Shop for Arkansas Game Day, where we are live today. Zach, I talk about the Arkansas rushing attack. You're playing a really good Auburn front seven, the guys that were going to load the box. DJ Durkin is a really good defensive coordinator. In that chess match at the end of the game, he had Bobby's number. But I think that Arkansas really obviously is wanting to run the football all season long. Taylor Green did not have a good day on the ground. He was kind of swallowed up by that Auburn defensive front, that Auburn defensive line. He seems to be healthy, hopefully getting back today. This is a Mississippi State team that you gashed last year in Starkville on the ground. So do you think the rushing attack gets back to what we saw most of the season for the Razorbacks today?
Colton, it's just you and me, right? Yeah. I mean, it's you and me. We're talking. What is going on with Arkansas in the second half offensively?
I don't know if it's paralysis by analysis at halftime, or if they get in there and they try, like if they're getting there and trying to change too much, or maybe they're just not deep enough to where they have guys that can come in. But it's very strange to me, Zach, and I think that it's gone on all season long. I think you've only scored in the third quarter outside of Arkansas State and Alabama A&M one time since then. It's been very, very strange to see these sluggish starts in the second half.
I was talking to a coach 2 weeks ago about this. I'm like, what halftime adjustments? We always hear about halftime adjustments. He's like, there are no halftime adjustments. You may go and you may tweak something, but you're not going to scrap your game plan and go in a different direction. You're not coming out in the flex bone.
All the stuff we worked on all week, guys.
Right?
Forget about it.
Screw that. Let's move on to something else. My question is this: how deep is the playbook if they're able to be shut down in the second half? And 3 last week, when you had Auburn on roller skates going into the half, and then you come out with 3 in the second half. And look, Bobby can blame the defense all he wants. He can blame the special teams all he wants. He has been horrific in the second half of games in 2025, but we don't hear that. So my guess is that the teams are giving them slightly different looks. They're giving them opportunities to. I don't know. I don't know how deep the playbook is and what they're doing differently. But in the fourth quarter against Auburn, you turned the ball over 4 times. That's not a mistake. You got found out. Yeah. That's just not just a one game scenario that was bad. No, you got found out. Something happened. And I would love to sit down with Bobby Petrino, pump a little truth serum into him and go, dude, what the bleep?
Yeah.
I mean, how is this a thing in 2025, this offensive mastermind that is just getting punked in the second half? First half, they're going up and down the field doing whatever they want. I just don't understand what is going on in the second half to shut this thing down.
Yeah, and to be fair, Bobby Petrino is listed for having thrown 0 interceptions last week. Your players do have to go out there and execute, and that's been kind of the knock on Taylor Green, is that he's really turnover prone, and unfortunately it does come in bad moments. But Zach, if this offensive mastermind, this guru of offense, which is kind of Bobby Petrino's one saving grace right now, if he's not able to continue to continuously get things moving in the second half, I mean, why would you want to keep this guy around? I mean, is it just that you have the oxygen tank full of nostalgia, just pumping it into you all the time. You're thinking about Wilson and Mallett and Davis and and Jarius Wright and Joe Adams just constantly, because what I see on the field this past season and, this year is a guy that's lost his touch a little bit, calling plays occasionally with rhythm. We saw rhythm as a play caller is one of those funny things, because remember when Kendall Briles was here, Zach, and we were just up on top of everything, off the charts, offense, rushing, everything like that. But it was the hurry up and punt offense where it was third down and 9 and
12
seconds
seconds
into the
clock
drive.
and there's 3 and out. Yeah.
So rhythm as a play caller is one of those things that I always thought Bobby Petrino, when he was here previously, was really, really good at. And then as things have gone on, I think, like I kind of said, DJ Durkin found him out a little bit. They really, really confused Taylor Green at the end of the game and obviously made him make some mental errors that were to the benefit of the Auburn defense. So if this offense continues to look like this, Zach, there is no reason why this supposed offensive mastermind should really get a serious look at the next head coaching job, because he's not going to want to relinquish play calling duties anytime in the near future.
Your dad has texted. You can do it too. 877-377-6963. He says he pulled the trigger on Hulu last night. Liked the YouTube TV experience better, but he's got to have his sports. Now, your dad, my dad, pulled the trigger this morning and called me before we came on. Ruskin's dad did it yesterday. I think we need to get a dad network IT support group together, because I feel like there's a streaming problem with the older folks in this country. My father is 76 years old, and he cannot grasp how we stream things in 2025. So if we can get all of them together, maybe get them in a group chat or something like that, I think that would help us a ton. Now here's the thing, and somebody and the sun is coming out here in Fayetteville, so just FYI. Here's another thing, and I use the word too cute. I think Petrino gets too cute sometimes. Yeah. And maybe overthinks the plumbing a little bit. Look, this is game number 9.
Like fullback traps instead of just letting the quarterback fall forward.
Exactly, and give the ball to Mike Washington 30 times.
Yeah.
We're at game 9. We're past the point where it's time to save guys for the end of the season. Stop getting cute. Just like the 4th down call, where Taylor Green gets they figure it out. They bust it up and hand the ball off, man. It's not. Don't overthink this. And sometimes I think he believes he's the smartest guy in the room, and he has to be the smartest guy in the room. And when that happens, you get yourself into trouble, and that's where I think we've kind of landed with Bobby Petrino. And also, the other thing, and this is just this from an organizational standpoint, there's nobody in between Bobby's brain and the play call.
No,
there's nobody to go, Coach, maybe that's not the best thing to do here. When you have the the untethered power. You tend to get a little cute, and that's why, having a head coach and an offensive coordinator is key, not the head coach who is the offensive coordinator.
That's just a lot on one person's plate to be able to manage all that at one time. And at this level, it's just becoming more and more infrequent to see that. You have to be the CEO of some type, and I know that Bobby Petrino has shown that he can be a good play caller and move the ball down the field, and obviously get a lot of stats for his offense, but you do have to have the players that are able to execute at the end of the day, and they've not done that at times this year, but the Razorback offense obviously is putting up numbers, and today against Mississippi State, you do have a prime opportunity to take care of business today and put this one away, because like you said, this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Both defenses are really, really bad. So
shout out to the 1028 for showing up on time here in Fayetteville. The train tracks are. No, I agree with you. There's. I've never been a huge Petrino fan. There are people who think that he's the greatest play caller of the 20th century. I'd say it was Chip Kelly, but the idea that there's no buffer between him and what happens on the field is it could be part of the issue. There's no filter there. There's nobody to run it through. He just he has unilateral power to make that decision. And sometimes, to me, it looks like we're just sort of outthink this thing.
Yeah.
4th and 1, I don't need a fullback trap. I need a yard. And I've got probably the most athletic quarterback in the conference. Let's give him a shot to just fall forward.
Mm-hmm. And to defend Petrino here, just to play devil's advocate, usually, those types of guys, your conscience as a coach, the guy up there in the box giving you a second opinion, Zach, is usually somebody you've had on your staff for a very, very long time. And this isn't really the entirety of Petrino's staff. Sure, he has Fouch and some of the other guys that have come with them to be, on his offensive staff. I think Fishback as well. So there are guys up there that are in his ear that he's coached benched with for a while, but this isn't his staff that he's put together. And so maybe you could say that in the future he might have somebody that would do that and give him a buffer, but no one else will be calling those plays and looking at that sheet.
Yeah,
and
that hasn't been his history so far. I mean, that hasn't been the history so far.
Yeah. I do not think that would come out and happen that way for Arkansas. But we'll get more into this and more into the Arkansas offense, a little bit into the Arkansas Razorback defense as well, and Mississippi State, as well as the coaching search, as well as, all the candidates, all the things that you hear. Zach mentioned it earlier. It's never the first names you hear. It's never the smoke screens. We'll get into that a little bit later as well. You can call us. You can text us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, 877-377-6963. This is Colton Little and Zach Arns here on Arkansas Game Day, taking you all the way up to the Learfield pregame show. We'll be back here in just a minute on Arkansas Game Day live from the Stadium Shop. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Arkansas Game Day, sponsored by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville and by
the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
And that's what's hard to take.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbIrdTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up. Home. Drop off downtown Bar District.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
Looking for quality metal buildings and roofing? Metal Mart has you covered. From prefabricated metal buildings to custom trim, carports, and more, Metal Mart is your one-stop shop. Contractors and do-it-yourselfers are always welcome, and their experts will help you calculate the materials you need, all at a price you can afford. With locations in Fort Smith, Little Rock, and Jonesboro, or visit metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino Tite.
Summer is finally here, and so are the road trips that you've had planned. That's why it's time to visit us at Southern Tire Mart. Southern Tire Mart's expert service, competitive pricing, and top quality tires will ensure your vehicle is ready for all your summer adventures. Visit us in Fort Smith at 9700 Highway 271 and let us ensure your vehicle is prepared for the summer. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart. We keep America rolling.
Top CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers, earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howe in Van Buren.
your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Welcome back to Arkansas Game Day.
Green's going to throw off play action, right flat, Sharp stairs, skips a tackle, and he's got a chance to go down the sidelines. 20, 10, touchdown Arkansas.
Start every Saturday with Arkansas Game Day 5 hours before kickoff. Brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. Arkansas Game Day is also presented by
The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
His aura, man, we talk about all the time. He has a different type of aura.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
We're able to hold them to field goals. Got us in a position in the fourth quarter where we could have went and won the game offensively, and offense didn't do it.
That's Bobby Petrino on the Razorback defense, and I don't care about that. They're not very good. Zach, they're about to get their car towed. Zach, let's get an
looks
update
like
on that, please.
yeah, I'll do the play-by-play when they get here. Right
Thank
now, the tow truck is pulling in. I'm going to see if I can get them to take the grocery getter. So we can maybe get a little tag team there, split the bill. But yeah, the tow truck's rolling in right now. Somebody's getting towed.
Beautiful, love it. That nothing says Saturday in Fayetteville like tow making lots and lots of money. You heard Arkansas interim head coach Bobby Petrino right there on the Razorback defense, and he's absolutely right. As much as I just bashed them right there, they played the best game they'd played all season last year by this season in the SEC play by holding Auburn to that many field goals. And the field goal kicker for Auburn obviously was the MVP of the game. But this aura that Raylan Sharp talked about with Bobby Petrino, this aura, we kind of got into this a little bit last segment. Zach, the aura that surrounds Bobby Petrino. We talked about his, the offensive, ability that he's had. He's been being heralded as one of the better play callers in college football in the last several years, and since the time that he's been as a coach in college football. But Zach, that aura that Raylan Sharp was talking about, who played for him at Missouri State, does not include anything that has to do with defense or defensive recruiting or anything that has to do with defense. But they did play their best game of the SEC season, of the SEC slate this past week against Auburn. Zach, what did you see from the Razorback defense last week? Is there anything that you can kind of gather that we can be inspired by going into a game against Mississippi State that has a pretty good offense as well?
You got your first interception in a month.
Yeah,
they looked better. Yeah, got a pick six. So it's baby steps with the defense. By the way, they're getting ready to tow this car. Yeah, we're backing up to it right now. This is the floor show that Robert ordered up. But from a defensive standpoint, look, point one, you got to stop the run. Mm-hmm. If you can't stop the run, man, it is just going to be you're just going to be hemorrhaging yards and points for the rest of the game. So you've got to slow down. And Mississippi State's running game is a little bit different because it is somewhat quarterback off script, picking up chunks and chunks of yards. So if they can figure that part of it out, where they can handle the running game, take your chances in the back end. Arkansas secondary is mid, to use a word that the kids are using now.
Yeah.
They've had their struggles, but I think some of it is generated because the pass rush isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many things that you can point to, but man, if you can stop the run, you at least give yourself a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And today you've got to do something with Blake Shapen. You've got to have somebody at least keep a partial eye on him. Because he will take off and run, and he can make those third and eights. He can convert those for you.
Yeah.
But I think if there's a glimmer of hope, it's that they did handle the run a little bit better. They were more physical at the point of attack. Now you've still got to, you still got to have the guys, and you still got to win your individual battles. But I felt like they won more of them than we've seen the last few weeks.
That's right. And, Auburn was able to kind of run the ball at will a little bit later on in the second half. But, that's just depth issues, and you've been hurting on the defensive line all season long. David Oki is going to be out for the season. Coach Petrino talked about that early on, and we really only saw him just a couple of times all year, been battling health injuries. But Cam Ball will be back for the game today. I know they missed him in the middle last week. But, no, Zach, I think that you're right. The secondary at times for the Razorbacks can be mid. That was well said. You're definitely not scratching. You're definitely not so good job.
Look, Derek and I are starting a campaign to make 6'7" uncool. I've yelled at my daughter this week when I've dropped her off. Slay Queen.
I don't understand.
So I'm trying to make I'm trying to bring them back to us.
Mm-hmm.
But from an Arkansas defense, look, your best friend on the defensive side of the ball is your offense.
That's right.
I don't like these 18-second scoring drives. Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, they're great for highlights. But the less your defense is on the field, I think the happier you're going to be.
That's not enough time to even get over to the oxygen tank.
Exactly.
To even grab a squirt of Gatorade or two. It's not enough time.
I think you got to use your offense to keep your defense off the field, and it comes down to how many stops can you get. If you can get 4.5, you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. They did that in the first half against Auburn. They were in control of the game. Whatever happened in the second half when they switched quarterbacks, something happened and Arkansas's defense began to unravel. Then, the turnovers come. And that's the stuff that young teams do, the unraveling, that sort of thing. That's that's the stuff they've got to get past.
Yeah, they do have to move past a little bit of that weakness where they just sort of let things go and they're not able to, get those same fits that they got in the first quarter later on in the third and the fourth quarter whenever the game is winding down. And I know that depth has a little bit to do with that. Obviously, Arkansas is going to be hurting for the SEC-type depth whenever they're not performing well during the season. But this Razorback defense was able to hold Auburn to all those field goals last week. And, like today, Zach, you definitely don't want to finish the game today with this sour taste in your mouth because you got a taste of your own medicine with Shape scrambling all over the place and picking up big chunk yardage, because that's your offense's bread and butter. Is Taylon Green, like you said, those 5 or 6 plays a game where he picks up a 3rd and 20 by scrambling to his left and, picking up, outrunning a defensive end and a linebacker with those long strides. So you don't want to see that same thing happen, because I can't tell you how I would feel if I was on the receiving end of some of these crazy plays that Taylon Green has been able to make when he's extended the pocket. So that is a demoralizing thing for a team as well when you're not able to get a guy down and he's able to, be slippery and slide out all over the place. So definitely corralling Blake Shapen today will be key for the Arkansas Razorback defense. And another one of those turnovers, a pick 6 defensive score would be nice too. I know that's asking a lot, but creating some fumbles, getting a takeaway would really, really help, because Mississippi State, on the inverse of that, Zach, their defense is one of the leaders in the SEC in creating takeaways.
Yeah.
They have they've been very, very opportunistic.
11 interceptions in 8 games for that defense. And think about going into the bye week. You don't want to lose. I mean, they've lost 6 in a row. You don't want to make it 7 going into that bye week. The last time they had a bye week, they hit the plunger on Sam Pittman, and you got sort of this burst of energy going into the Tennessee game. I don't know that you're going to be able to have that with a loss to Mississippi State going into that run with LSU, Texas, and Missouri. A win here is necessary. Just simply for team morale, for them not to, to use a terrible analogy, to not let go of the rope. You've got to have them, sort of engaged for those last 3 games, because there is still the possibility. I don't think LSU is in a great spot that you can just check that one off as a loss. Texas either, and Missouri's Missouri, but you're in the hunt for something, as Mike Anderson used to say, and you don't want to go into this one with a loss to Mississippi State, because it could unravel the last 3 weeks, and that's the last thing you want.
Yeah. 877-377-6963. That's the number to text us or call us and get on with us here on Arkansas Game Day. Kristen Poto sent in earlier, don't get out-coached by Jeff Levy. Zach, that was one thing. Maybe you talk about how the offense has kind of been sort of inept at times in the second half. Can I say that that's what's happening? Is the great and wonderful Bobby Petrino being outcoached in some of these games?
I think when you lose football games, you get outcoached naturally.
Absolutely.
But a lot of this just has to do with they're not as talented as the teams they're playing. And a lot of it comes down to guys players making plays, guys winning individual battles. And when you lose those individual battles over time, you're going to give up points and you're going to give up yards, and then you're going to ultimately lose games, and that's when it gets a little rough.
Yep, and we're fighting our own individual battles today. I know Zach is sitting there trying not to stuff his face with as many breakfast tacos as he can.
that is fair.
I'm just wishing that I had some at all, but we'll keep fighting those battles, as the Razorbacks will today against Mississippi State at 3 o'clock on the SEC Network. We'll have all that here for you on the radio as well, leading up to the pregame here. I'll be back in just a second with Robert from the Stadium Shop, where we are today on Arkansas Game Day. Colton Little and Zach Arns back here in just a second, live from the Stadium Shop.
You're listening to Arkansas Game Day, sponsored by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by
the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
He loves being a Razorback.
This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel, like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make Awake Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine on North 11th Street, is your place. Make Awake Bait and Tackle also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make Awake Bait and Tackle, 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith, 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make Awake Bait and Tackle.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Agent Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Agent Brad Howell in Van Buren.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
Winter just around the corner, now's the time to make sure your equipment is ready to handle the cold, the snow, and everything in between. Whether you're planning preventative maintenance, gearing up for snow removal, or keeping your fleet running through harsh conditions, Sharp Equipment is here to help you stay ahead. If you've got winter projects coming up, let Sharp Equipment know what parts you'll need. Sharp Equipment can help you avoid downtime and keep your operations moving no matter the weather. Give Sharp Equipment a call at 479-649-0500 or stop by at 3918 Corner Trail East in Van Buren to see how Sharp Equipment can help you keep moving forward.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust a team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Real men get checked, and this November, real men grow beards for a cause. It's No Shave November with the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, raising awareness and dollars for prostate cancer and encouraging men to take charge of their health. Skip shaving, join the challenge, and help fund free prostate cancer screenings and patient support right here in Arkansas. Take part, share your progress with hashtag NoShaveAPCF, and learn more at arprostatecancer.org. That's arprostatecancer.org, because awareness starts with you.
It's the season for shopping the store that honors Christ all year long. It's the season for shopping the Solid Rock. Lots of gift ideas, including home decor, greeting cards, books, women's boutique items, and of course, Bibles. And while you're there, make your gift extra special with custom laser engraving, pins, cutting boards, wallets, Bibles, and more. Lots of selections to choose from, or ask about custom orders. The Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th in Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, family owned and serving the River Valley for over 48 years.
Stop in for big savings on their 2-day Christmas open house on November 21st and 22nd.
Every long relationship needs a little heat, a spark to keep things exciting, something bold, unexpected, saucy. Hold on, not that. We're talking about your relationship with crispy chicken, and Taco Bell just spiced it up. 2 crispy chicken strips wrapped in a tortilla dripping with Frank's Red Hot Diablo sauce. Hotter, crunchier. Can you stop it, please? Crispy chicken from Taco Bell, a brand new classic. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for participation which varies. Frank's Red Hot is a registered trademark of the French's Food Company, LLC, and used under license by Taco Bell.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Welcome back to Arkansas Game Day.
Green's going to throw off play action, right flat, Sharp stairs, skips a tackle, and he's got a chance to go down the sidelines. 20, 10, touchdown Arkansas.
Start every Saturday with Arkansas Game Day 5 hours before kickoff. Brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. Arkansas Game Day is also presented by
The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
His aura, man, we talk about it all the time. He has a different type of aura.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
Well, welcome back. It is Arkansas Game Day. Zach Arntz, Colton Little, hanging out at the Stadium Shop. We've got Rudy's Breakfast Tacos, folks. There's breakfast food in there. Everybody head in, get you some breakfast tacos. Take those, take all of them, because otherwise I'm going to have to feed the kid. Robert Mann has joined us, the proprietor here at the Stadium Shop. He is very happy. Now, Robert, we just towed somebody.
Yeah, we did.
Now, what was your mindset as you were getting ready to tow this car out of the parking
Well, I don't
lot?
like doing it, first of all, because it's going to cost somebody some money. But on game days, we're so busy, we need every parking space.
Now, is there a second half of the show adjustment you're going to make for the towing procedure? It's the first time I've seen a car get towed. The apparatus is absolutely outstanding.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, he got him out of here like in a NASCAR pit stop.
Yeah.
Just bang, 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 and he was on the winch, and away he went.
You know, back in the day, you could get away with parking it in a certain way and doing some certain things to your car to where they couldn't tow you.
Right.
Nowadays, it don't freaking matter.
They just lift your car right off the ground.
Yeah, they'll take you.
Oh, it was terrific. And Robert, Robert says that, he was walking around here like Rocky on the steps of the Philadelphia Library, had both hands in the air as they were taking the car away.
I don't like towing people. I really don't.
If I could tow and you could tow, we all tow.
But when you, and it's a student, I know it is, somebody that lives next door in the apartment complex that doesn't want to pay their permit to park over there. And I'm okay with them parking here any other day except game days.
Except game day.
Game days is
it wouldn't have been
game
so
on.
It wouldn't have been so egregious, but they parked right in front of the no towing sign.
Yeah.
We will tow you sign.
Yeah, I've got the parking lot posted, and the guy literally, or the girl, I don't know,
we're gonna find
literally was parked in front of, hey, you're going to get towed if you park here. The sign was on their front bumper. So
I really want to be here when they get back. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, he played cowboy last night.
Wow, look at that. All right. Now, we are here at the Stadium Shop. We've got Rudy's Breakfast Tacos. The kid has already taken down like 6 of them.
Have you had 6?
She
says 2.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
2.
8.
It's the rule of 3. You take whatever they say, you multiply by 3. Now, tell us all about what we've got going on today, and then we're going to talk about the ultimate giveaway, because that, I think you've lost your mind, but go ahead.
I didn't lose my mind.
I know you didn't.
Jen lost her mind.
Well,
she's the one that pushed it. So.
I understand. So talk me through today. We got all kinds of things going on.
So we're no longer in Hogtoberfest,
right?
But we're still doing the buy one get one half off because it's game day, and I've got way too much merchandise. In fact, I've got some in my truck that I just don't have room in the store to put it.
Okay,
we had that much
that's
stuff.
That's a bad sign that Robert's going to sell.
Yeah, that's what we're out to do.
There we go.
We're going to sell some stuff. Buy one get one half off. All regular price clothing items, and that 75% off rack is stuff that, dude, it's not junk.
It's good
just,
stuff.
I got to move stuff. A lot of 75% off rack, you go there and it's like, that's fugly.
It's the leftover stuff.
Yeah.
No, this is stuff you need to get out of the store so you can make way for the new stuff.
Yeah, and I hate to be in that position, but we are. We just have
come
too
take
much
advantage
inventory.
of Robert.
I've said that many years. No comment.
No. I was talking about this about 30 minutes ago. I will trumpet this till the cows come home. This is the best place to park your car.
Oh yeah, I heard you say that yesterday, and not to brag because it's going to sound like a brag here, but I've had a lot of people tell me that.
Yeah.
That you park here when game time's over or you're ready to go.
6 minutes.
Within 6 minutes, you're on the interstate.
That's correct.
You're out of here.
Either way, either side, 6 minutes. I've timed it.
You turn right, and you're on the interstate. I mean,
yeah. So if you're looking to get out of here and not have to wait in the game day traffic, this is the only place to come in.
Yeah.
They'll set you up. He won't tow your car because they'll give you a little sticker, and bang, you're off
well,
and running.
Nobody else is going to get towed today because we got the one car that was here last
Don't you
night.
tow somebody for fun?
No.
Okay.
We can tow yours. Hey, you got the grocery
Yeah,
getter over
exactly.
here.
It's not my car.
He's not paying the bill for it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to put the bill for that
I think
one.
Tommy might have something to say about that.
Robert, Joe Namath said it's not bragging if it's true, so props to you for that.
Well, so literally, you come in here, you park, you can go across the street, catch the bus, go to the game, go inside the store, buy one, get one half off, buy some 75% off stuff, and help me and Miss Elizabeth pay the bills.
There you go. So come by. It's 989 South
Razorback Road.
If Razorback Road will put you somewhere else.
Next to Baum-Walker Stadium.
And do me a favor. When you come by, tell Robert that Joe Bonamassa sucks.
Look on your YouTube picture right here. See this? See this? I'm just saying.
He's got a Joe Bonamassa bobblehead that one of the MBI dropped
One of the
off.
only in existence, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
because
it's
Joe
weird.
Bonamassa sucks.
No, Joe Bonamassa does not. He kicks butt. I use the B word.
You're the customer, so I'm going to have to. I can't say what I want to say, but you know
Sure
exactly
you
how I
can.
feel about
Or
this.
you'll say it off the air.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, we've got another hour of Arkansas Game Day here at the Stadium Shop. Come by and see us. Park your car. You can hit Joe Bonamassa on the head and tell Robert that Joe Bonamassa sucks. We'll be right back. It's Arkansas Game Day on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to Arkansas Game Day, sponsored by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by
The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
You know, he loves being a Razorback.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us in Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pick up. Home. Drop off downtown Bar District.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
Archery deer season is here, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows from Hoyt, PSC, Prime, Darden, Bear, and Elite Plus crossbows from 10 Point, Wicked Ridge, Barnett, and Killer Instinct, all tuned and ready to shoot.
Crabtree RV Center is your
Expert
one-stop
Motex
shop
gears
for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities. Across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma, residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
Equipment down? Got a leak? Lost pressure? Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the power to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom-built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery, farming equipment, construction rigs, if it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
Are you an angler having trouble finding all the bait, tackle, and more for your fishing needs? Make a Wait Bait and Tackle, now located in Fort Smith next to Witts Marine. On North 11th Street is your place. Make a Wait Bait and Tackle. Also has the largest selection of plastics in the River Valley. Reactor Innovation, Bobby Garland, Zoom, Mega Bass, and more. Check out the Daiwa Rod and Reels. Make a Wait Bait and Tackle. 803 North 11th Street in Fort Smith. 479-926-9320. Also get your rod and reels repaired. Come see us next to Witts Marine at Make a Wait Bait and Tackle.
The Whataburger Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back, and it's still bigger and better than any chicken sandwich out there. More chicken strips, more Monterey Jack cheese smothered in buffalo and ranch, all on a 5-inch bun. There's so much crispy, cheesy, saucy goodness, you may find yourself speechless when someone asks what's your favorite part. Not because you can't find the words, just because it's hard to talk when your mouth's full with this much deliciousness. The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back for a limited time. What a burger.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Previously on Halftime.
People of Arkansas, I believe, are ready for revolution. They're ready for change. They're ready for something to happen. Drop the hammer. Let's do something. Let's have something to look forward to. Fix your gaze on something that's attainable and something that's real. And I don't know that what we have going on right now excites anybody. I mean, you talk to former players and people that have been associated with the program. Nobody says anything positive about it. It's a bummer. The football program is a bummer right now.
Listen to Halftime weekdays from 11 to 2.
And we're floating in a sea of red.
Arkansas wins! 115 billion reasons. I love the Razorbacks.
Kobe Hamilton.
Razorback! I got that wood!
It's Arkansas Game Day on ESPN Arkansas, brought to you by
The Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, celebrating more than 15 years of scholarship. Learn more at myarkansaslottery.com.
Arkansas Game Day is also presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. Largest inventory of Razorback merchandise in the business and locally owned by a family of Arkansas alums. It doesn't get more Razorback than the Stadium Shop.
Hit that line, keep on rolling. Put the ball right down the field with a chair on rock. Never feel rock. Arkansas will never, yeah.
Start every Saturday with Arkansas Game Day, 5 hours before kickoff.
When they run through that A here in 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't need Viagra, but that's my Viagra when they run through it.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
This is Arkansas Game Day live at the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Colton Little here. Zach Arns is live in Fayetteville at the best place to park in and around the University of Arkansas.
No question about
on
that.
Game Day. They got everything there at the Stadium Shop. And right now, as well as 50% off regular price clothing items, including hats of equal or lesser value. Plus, you got to check off that 75% off sales rack while you're there. They're also doing the Ultimate Game Day giveaway, not only for every home game, but anytime during the week. Stop in at the Stadium Shop, sign up. One lucky fan's going to win $1,000 in gift cards, including $200 to right there at the Stadium Shop. They're going to announce the winner November 29th, right before the Arkansas and Missouri game. It doesn't get more Razorback than the Stadium Shop right there. Stop by 989 South Razorback Road or shop online anytime at shoponrazorback.com. We're also brought to you by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, celebrating more than 15 years of scholarships. You can learn more at myarkansaslottery.com. I really wish I had that Joe and Avoca quote about Viagra after that one. I wish that would perfectly blend in right there. But that was kind of
that would sum everything up.
Oh yeah,
it?
And the Razorbacks could use a little life in their performance today. They're taking on Mississippi State, two winless teams in the SEC. Mississippi State hasn't won a conference game since the last time they came into Fayetteville and beat you 7-3 on homecoming all those years ago. Arguably one of the worst played college football games in the history of history. It was hard to watch that day. Difficult. Things did not get moving, and it was just not fun to watch. Last year, if you were a Razorback fan, the game in Starkville was very pretty. The Razorbacks knocked off the Mississippi State Bulldogs 58-24. They dismantled them pretty good down there last year. Zach, I imagine that today's game will be a little bit closer. Both of these teams would not consider defense to be a strength of theirs, but it should be a good one. Should be exciting to watch, at least today at 3 o'clock on the SEC Network.
I think we're going to get what we expect, which is, we've seen all year, high-scoring games, teams both getting into the 30s, maybe the 40s, and, whoever can get a couple of stops in the second half is going to give themselves an advantage. I think for Arkansas, we talked about it, the last segment. It's just you've got to use your offense to keep your defense off the field. That's your best defense is staying on the field. Got to convert on third downs. They at the end of the game last week, they were struggling to do literally anything. Win the turnover battle, convert on third downs, keep those chains moving, keep that offense on the field. These are things that are within their control. I feel like the offense is the one thing you don't go into every Saturday worrying about. It's the defense, and the less you see of them, I think the happier you're going to be. the game is in their control. They are the better team. The FPI says they've got a 60% chance to win the game. Bet Saracen had them at 4.5 when I looked at it this morning. They're the better team. Now you got to go do it. And they've been the better team a couple of times. Memphis is one of those games. I thought they were the better team, couldn't get the job done. I thought they were the better team last week for 3 quarters and 5 minutes, and then everything just sort of unraveled. And that's what teams in their situation do. Teams that are struggling, they unravel. You got to prevent that. That's where your seniors come in, and your leadership group. They've got to be able to say, hey, one bad play is one bad play. You got to flip the page and move on to the next one. And they seem to have trouble doing that. It's like one play leads to another bad one. And that's something that comes with youth and inexperience and not being together a lot. Keep in mind, a lot of these 45, 55 new players at the beginning of the year. So you've got to have these guys sort of on the same page and moving in the same direction.
Got to be able to turn over a new leaf and flip that page. That's what we've done here on Arkansas Game Day here in the 11 o'clock hour, second hour here of Arkansas Game Day. Coming up in the 11 o'clock football window, we've got Penn State and Ohio State on Fox. And then Zach, talking during the break here with Ashton, the guy that's answering the phones for us this morning. Appreciate him coming down today. Talking about this, he asked me, he said, what do you think about Vanderbilt going to Texas today? And that's actually a serious college football question that we have to ask right now because Vanderbilt is a top 10 team, and they can actually go into Texas and win today, Zach. So what do you think about that?
This is an Admiral Akbar game. It's a trap.
Yeah.
Everybody's pumping up Vanderbilt, telling you. I think I looked at it this morning. Vanderbilt was getting 3.5, something like that. It's a trap. Texas is a superiorly, I don't even think that's a word, but they are more talented than Vanderbilt is. I love Diego Pavia. He has dragged Vanderbilt into the top 10.
Drag is a great word, yeah.
Yeah, and he has. The sum is greater than their parts in Vanderbilt's case, and that comes up that will catch you eventually when you face really good teams. If the game were in Vanderbilt, I'd be like, you know what, this is one of those games you got to worry about it. But it's at DKR. In Texas, Arch is going to play. Texas, if they play their game, they'll be fine. You got to make plays, and Pavia is going to make. The thing is, and I watched Alabama do it for like a half. Alabama got into that thing where they were just chasing Pavia around. He was making crazy plays, and all of a sudden they sat back and said, "All right, run around and do whatever you have to. You're going to have to throw the football against us." And if you do that with Vanderbilt, they're not going to put 50 on the board. They're going to win a lot of games 24-14. So if Texas just does their thing, they're the better team. Now, does that always equate to a win? Absolutely not. But I think Texas is going to win this. Again, this feels like they've been luring us into this, to this Vanderbilt love fest. And I think the dream dies today. And Vanderbilt's, they're a good team. They're not a great team.
Also in the 11 o'clock window, we got top 10 ranked Miami. They had a fall from grace a couple of weeks ago, falling to Louisville. They're taking on SMU and the Fighting Rhett Lashley, who is off the official hot board to be your next head coach at the University of Arkansas. And Zach, we'll get into this a little bit later here in the hour when we have the whole topic about coaching searches and everything else. But it seems to me that people took the news about Rhett Lashley yesterday as this terrible indictment of how people outside of the state of Arkansas view the Arkansas program. And I don't know if that's necessarily exactly what this is. I don't think, number one, this is the absolute best time for Rhett Lashley to come back to Arkansas if he's even interested in this in the first case. But I don't know if this is so much an indictment as how poorly the Arkansas job might be viewed outside of the state as just how much disdain everybody in the Malzahn tree has for this university, and every disciple looking to stick it to the Razorbacks as much as they can, as frequently as they can.
Well, two things can be true at the same time. The Malzahn tree in which Rhett is firmly planted. I never believed he was a serious candidate. I think he was on the wish list.
Yeah, people wanted him. There was money trying to get him, but yeah.
Now I expect Miami to blow them out. He just got the big extension. Pressure's off. He's going to be there for a while. I think Miami wins that game easy, especially coming off the loss to Louisville. But as far as the Arkansas job, look, if you had your NIL in order and you had all of your ducks in a row, the Arkansas job could be attractive. But none of that's true, or at least there's a question about it. And, there are teams that can overcome it. Look at LSU. They're a mess right now, but the LSU job is still attractive to some. There is one guy in this coaching cycle which has not received the huge extension, and that would be like the last domino to fall where it would send teams scrambling, and that's Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, he's the
Kiffin
great
has
white
not-
whale for everybody right now.
Exactly, and I don't get it because he's never won anything. He's he's a celebrity coach. He's never won a thing. If you
you're
point
right,
to anything that he's won, please tell me. He got fired on the tarmac at USC, and USC has all the advantages. So if Kiffin's on the move, and I don't think at this point that LSU's a better job than Ole Miss. He's comfortable at Ole Miss. Ole Miss has been good to him. If you're going to burn that bridge, buyer beware. I'm always leery of coaches in good jobs leaving for other good jobs. See Brian Kelly. That makes me very, very nervous if you're making that jump to a job that's on par with the one that you have. You're simply leaving. You're getting out ahead of the posse, for lack of a better term. I think that Rhett fits SMU. I think that SMU fits Rhett, and that's a good marriage between.
And
those
they
two.
obviously want to support him. Yeah.
Right, and when you start looking at jobs in relation to your question about the Arkansas job, like, is your pathway easier at SMU with the resources in one of the most fertile in one of the most fertile recruiting grounds in America, the Metroplex, and then you've got the ACC tie-in. It's so much easier to get there from SMU than it is from Fayetteville. The right guy can come in here and make this thing a middle to top top of the league team. But you're going to have other things that have to fall in line, and that would include the NIL and all of that stuff.
SMU and taking away Rhett Lashley from SMU just didn't make a lot of sense to me, Zach. I mean, you said it. Right now, they could do the whole Pony Express thing. They can do all that stuff above the table.
Sure.
Now. All that stuff can happen, out front in front of everybody. And so that support that they've always had there, whether it was, above bar or not, it's unquestionable. And so it's definitely easier to get into the playoff as well as it is for schools like Oklahoma State and Virginia Tech, who will also have an interim coach right now and are looking to rebuild their program in this what has been one of the most volatile coaching carousels and coaching cycles.
This one's going to be wild.
Yeah,
especially because
there's so many dominoes to fall.
Sure, and I don't think we're done. One coach may leave for Penn State, and they're not going to settle for a second-tier guy, which is going to leave a really good job open. Where does that fall in? I still think Eli's going to Penn State.
And Skeeter from Fort Smith texted, he says, Drinkwitz is either going to get an extension or he's leaving Mizzou. And you say Penn State?
I think Penn State, he would be the perfect foil in the Big Ten. Could you see a week where Penn State's playing Oregon and you got Lanning and Drinkwitz going after each other in the run up to that thing? I mean, that would be unbelievable. And then you throw in the Michigan thing, and let's be honest, Michigan doesn't finish strong. They get blown out by Ohio State. Yeah. That job's coming open. And Michigan would then move to the front of the line, ahead of LSU, ahead of Penn State, ahead of Florida. That's a 5-star job. That's a 6-star job. That is the job where they can get you where you want to go, but you've got to be, the right guy. Now, they're nuts, and they fired Rich Rodriguez for it, but that's a job that moves to the front of the line. But, man, Arkansas's got the opportunity to be in that second wave, like when the Penn State gets filled and LSU gets filled. They're in that next group. Who didn't qualify? Which young and up-and-coming coach didn't make the cut for those jobs? Is it Golish down at USF? He feels like Florida to me. He feels like you're in-state. And Summerall feels perfect for LSU. You've got a guy already in-state with the relationships, that sort of thing. It's just, do those two guys want to jump into those two frying pans?
Well, maybe we should take the LSU route then if they go with Summerall and just pick up a guy in-state. Is Butch Jones available? That would be maybe that would be the most prudent course of action. The Razorbacks have got to find somebody, and I think, like you said, Zach, you got to wait for some of these bigger movers and shakers to fill their positions first. You are not at the front of the line. You're going to get some of the scraps that are tossed from everybody else, and that's sometimes ego is a really big part in this coaching search that I don't think people take enough interest in or really give enough credit to. There are certain people that obviously certain coaches that won't take a job because they see it as beneath them, and then there are some that are willing to take absolutely anything just to get back into it. Ego plays a very big role into where these coaches want to go and what they want to do. I mean, somebody like Drinkwitz, he may not be pleased with how Missouri has supported their NIL. And I'm not saying I have any idea as to what that is, but Drinkwitz could be leaving. People like that, Lane Kiffin, same as well. You never really know what's going on inside their head, and ego plays such a big part in that. And and we have the same thing here in Fayetteville as well.
Missouri's not sustainable.
Yeah.
That's the thing is Missouri, you can have a run, you can have a moment kind of like Clark Lee is. Now, Clark Lee is going to be a hot name if he will leave his alma mater.
Which is tough.
Jeff
That'd be
Brom
tough.
should be a hot name, but does he want to leave Louisville? You're trying to pry these guys. Kenny Dillingham down at ASU. That's
I
another
love
guy.
that. Yeah.
Hot name, but that's his alma mater.
Yeah.
And prying those guys away from those schools is going to be really, really difficult because that's where their heart is. And they've been taking care of at those schools. Now, you take a guy like Eli, Missouri's not sustainable. What they're doing is not sustainable over a decade. You're not going to turn Missouri into a football power. You can do it for a brief period of time, and he has. That program is better than when he took it over from Barry Odom. But to take a guy like Eli and turn and say, here's the Penn State job. Do you want that, or do you want to go to do you want to stay at Missouri or go to Penn State?
Yeah.
He's certainly going to. He's going to take the Penn State job. I think the Penn State job, it fits him like a glove. That's just my opinion.
That does make a lot of sense. We got a text here on the Lewis Automotive Hotline talking about Ryan. And Ryan says that he kind of likes the North Texas Ball Club. They're actually in action right now against Navy. Only thing is, if you hired a coach from Texas named Morris, there's going to be people that just can't quite swallow that. Or Navy and North Texas now in matchup in the 11 o'clock window. Army and Air Force as well. One
of the first leg of the Commanders and Chief Trophy.
Yeah, big one right there. UAB and UConn as well. UCF and Baylor, Duke and Clemson, and then Rutgers and Illinois as well. You mentioned Rich Rodriguez.
That's a Sterling special today, by the way. Sterling likes Bielema minus 13 against Rutgers.
I'm going to have to go back and listen to some of the Sterling picks today because I'm from yesterday because I'm trying to make some money and I know that
well, if you want to do it next segment, I've got them right here. We can do that next segment.
We'll get into that here in next segment on Arkansas Game Day. Arkansas taking on Mississippi State today. We'll get more into the game a little bit, talk a little bit more about what else is going on around the SEC, and we'll talk to Robert at the Stadium Shop there one more time before we get out of here for the Learfield pregame show starting at 12 o'clock noon. Be back in just a second here on Arkansas Game Day. Zach Arntz, Colton Little, live at the Stadium Shop.
You're listening to Arkansas Game Day, sponsored by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by
the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
You know, he loves being a Razorback.
Has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years, and he's just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, sawyers-sunrooms.com.
If it rumbles, roars, or needs a little more power, take it to Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports in Clarksville. From muffler and catalytic converter repair to full custom exhaust systems, they've got you covered. Need welding or mobile welding along with equipment repair? They do that too. Custom fabrication done right. Located at 215 East Taylor Road. For performance, precision, and power, it's Exhausted Muffler and Motorsports. Call today at 479-214-2729 or stop by today.
Hey guys, this November, put down the razor and pick up the cause. It's No Shave November with the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, raising awareness and funds to fight prostate cancer right here in our state. Grow your beard, share your progress with hashtag NoShaveAPCF, and encourage your friends or coworkers to join in. Every dollar raised stays in Arkansas, helping men get free screenings, education, and support. Join the movement today at arprostatecancer.org.
Have you had Cheerwine yet? The cherry flavored soda has had people coming back since 1917. This is RD with Platinum Distributing. We help bring Cheerwine to the River Valley for you to try. Nothing goes with food like Cheerwine. Burgers, barbecue, pizza, you name it. Okay, now we're hungry and thirsty. Cheerwine is a one-of-a-kind soft drink with a unique cherry taste that has been delighting Southerners for more than a century. Pick up Cheerwine at your local Jam Mart, Harps, and other fine establishments. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric. Sloan, what do you currently have open?
2 journeyman spots open and a 4th-year apprentice. If you have 1 to 2 years experience with those, you'd be a great fit for my company. We do residential, commercial, and industrial installs. Normal working hours are 8 to 4:30, so you can focus on your home life outside of your career. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
Yeager's Ace Hardware is helping our customers kick off the holidays with a big thank you. November 1st and 2nd, Ace Rewards members receive 20% off regularly priced items. Get more details in the store or on your Ace Rewards app. Plus, now through December 1st, Yeager's is offering Black Friday savings every day, all month long, to everyone. Save on hundreds of items and get a $10 gift card with your $50 purchase. Why wait for Black Friday savings when you can get it at all 5 Yeager's locations through December 1st? Yeager's Ace Hardware. Real help, real savings.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your winter with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. Cozy up to the goodness of the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon raisin biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the basketball palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
Welcome back to Arkansas Game Day.
Green's going to throw off play action, right flat, sharp stairs, skips a tackle, and he's got a chance to go. Down the sidelines, 20, 10, touchdown Arkansas.
Start every Saturday with Arkansas Game Day 5 hours before kickoff. Brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. Arkansas Game Day is also presented by
the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
His aura, man, we talk about it all the time. He has a different type of aura.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question in my mind that Arkansas can do that, and Arkansas will do that. I mean, the revenue sharing now is something that I think helps Arkansas in that aspect. And, the one thing that's going to happen is we have a whole group of seniors that are going to be gone, and there's going to have to be a lot of recruiting from the portal.
That's interim head coach Bobby Petrino right there. When asked about if Arkansas can get back to the type of program that's etching out double-digit win seasons on a more consistent basis. Coach Petrino was obviously the last coach to reach that threshold here back in 2011. And Zach, maybe that's true. Maybe that's true 1 year out of every 6, 7, 8 with the right person in place. But this is just a very, very difficult place to win football games consistently year in and year out. And I know that Bobby Petrino is obviously trying to do his best to lead the team right now through the season. And he said before on the record that he's not focused on the future. That's an outright lie, but he's doing his due diligence to focus on this season. But Zach, do you believe him? And I mean, not even if he believes himself, but is that a real thing? Can Arkansas actually get back to double-digit wins on a more consistent basis here with the right coach in the future?
Well, before I answer your question, it's a party now. Denver Bill just showed up.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I know. He just walked into the stadium shop for the first time ever.
How did he get there? No.
Well, it was funny. I saw his Subaru go in front. I'm like, that may be Bill, and sure enough, he is. The Subaru is here. No kayak, but yeah. Now to answer your question, can Arkansas get back to double-digit wins consistently? Define consistently. I've always said that in 5 out of 10 years they should be 8 wins or more.
Yeah.
In what? That looks like me. Okay. In 10 out of 10 years, the floor should be 5. The ceiling should be 10, 11, 12, whatever it should be. You should never be in a 3 to 4 win season. God forbid, you should never be in a 2-win season. That should never happen. But I think what you're looking for is that consistency. Not too high. Not too high, not too low. Just 7, 8, 9, 10 wins, somewhere in there, and I think everybody would be happy. Now, is that realistic? Probably not in today's volatile world of NIL and college football. But that's what you're aiming for.
Yeah.
Now, a school like Alabama, you should be aiming for double. Anything south of 9 should be considered a serious failure.
And Zach, does this? Sorry, go ahead.
No, but for where Arkansas is. 7, 8, 9 wins. If you're in that range consistently, you're doing your job. They'll build a statue to you.
We absolutely sure would. And Zach, does this go hand in hand with? I think if my memory serves me correct, and I wish that Ty was here because God love him, to his credit, this is one of the things that he's very good at. He has a great memory for players and games when it comes to the Razorbacks, and I wish that he was here to tell me if I'm right or not. But the majority of 10-win seasons, the majority of double-digit win seasons in my lifetime, and at least in the last 30, 40 years that I can remember, your teams were loaded with talent from the state of Arkansas.
Yep.
From the state of Arkansas. And so what I'm wondering is, we've talked about it before where, okay, there's only a certain number of guys that are coming out of this state every single year that are actually legitimate Division I, SEC, Big Ten level, Power 4 level prospects. It's a small state with a small population. You're going to have a limited pool of players in which actually have the talent to make it to that point. So has Arkansas ever really, truly missed out on one of those can't-miss players from their state?
7 out of the top 10 players in this year's class, the 2025,
which is a historic class,
is one of the best. 7 out of the top 10 are leaving the state of Arkansas.
Yeah, it's
6 of those 7 are going to SEC schools.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, there's SEC talent apparently inside the state of Arkansas. It's just that Sam Pittman and his staff refused to connect with those coaches. I think I've said this before. I think the kids in the state of Arkansas, the high-end kids, need to be the backbone of your recruiting class. No, they're probably you may get 12 in a year. If 3 of them pan out and become starters and full-time players for you, great. But half of your recruiting class is within your walls. Then you can go spend your NIL on those big fish that you're searching for. But instead, what they've done is they've just spread themselves so thin, and you're fighting for seconds and thirds in some of the state's most populous states. I'm not saying you don't go after the kids from Georgia or Florida or Texas or California or whatever, but you've got to have a fallback plan, and it appears to me that Arkansas has 0 fallback plan. Once they can't get the top kid that they're after, then it's a scramble. And you're coming back around to kids from the state of Arkansas. I don't know if you saw the interview with DJ Williams. He did a great job with the kid from Bauxite. He's an offensive lineman going to SMU.
Yeah.
And his point was that Arkansas didn't bother with him until later in the recruiting cycle.
Didn't get in early
enough. Yeah, and they sort of expected when they showed up that he would just fall all over himself. Well, kids in our state are exposed to more teams, more ways than they ever were prior to the inventing of the internet.
And they're exposed to you losing all the time right in their face.
That's also true. But when these kids go to a 7-on-7 camp, what do they see? Florida State, Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State. Schools that and those schools are accessible on Saturday afternoons. And Arkansas is accessible as well, but now you're just in the shuffle. You're part of that shuffle, and then the losing comes in, and you getting in late, and the institutional arrogance that they have, that if you don't show up, if they show up at your door and you don't commit on the spot, well, then they're just done with you. And that's got to change. That mindset has got to change. You've got to recruit the kids in the state the way you recruit all the kids.
This puzzle of trying to put together the Razorback football program into one that's competitive and consistent on a year-round basis is something that has just not been solved in a long time. Zach, is it even solvable? I mean, does it come with the changing of the guard with an athletic director? Does it just come with a new coach and a new identity? I mean, what do the Razorbacks need to do at this point to be able to say, hey, we're putting our foot in the ground. We're tired of being of just being the laughing stock of our state occasionally. We're tired of being bottom of the barrel in the SEC. I mean, is there a solution in your eyes?
Yes, and this is not a name drop. Les Miles told me this one time when I asked him, I was like, what's the key to building a program from like ground zero? And he said, listen, you've got to have in-state talent. You got to know what your roster looks like when you get there, and can you get them to the league? Can you sell them on the idea that we've got the coaching staff and we're going to have the resources to get you to the league? And then the fourth thing is playing time. How soon can you get on the field? If you can solve those four things, you've got it. You've got the ability to go out and get anybody you need to get. And the two most important are, can you get me to the league, and when do I get on the field? Mm-hmm. You solve that problem, you've got a chance to land virtually anybody, and you've got to have a history of that, and that takes time. But right now you're selling hope. You're selling – I don't know what they're selling right now, but with an interim coach and the way things are going, I have no clue what they're selling. But – Les Miles said that, and Les Miles has got a national title. He's won some games here and there. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, the Mad Hatter himself does have a pedigree, so that does come with a little bit of credibility. But I think the one thing, Zach, where do boosters play their role in this? Because if we've seen anything this week, is that if the wrong people get their hands involved and open their mouths about this coaching search,
this is ridiculous.
Things can start to take a very, very quick turn south in terms of where you actually are in the pecking order. So where do the boosters play a role in this for Arkansas?
The boosters are like the mafia. Yeah. Once they're in your business, they're going to want to say in it, and they're going to want to return. And otherwise they're going to pull their funding. Once you let them in, you're not getting them out. Mm-hmm. And that's that's a dangerous dance that you have to do. And that's when you have a coach, like pick whoever you want, a Kirby Smart, who can sort of keep the boosters at bay. And you do that by winning. And the winning is the ROI, but boosters are the mafia, man. That's what they are. Once they're in your business, they are not leaving. They're not leaving without a fight.
Once they get those claws in, they never let them go. Never let them
not.
go. And that's the same thing that's happening with YouTube TV as well. I mean, people right now are just they got their claws into people, and it's hard. They don't know what's going on. Big Mike and Waldron texted in earlier, wanted to know if the SEC network was affected by the ESPN. It's all ESPN channels on all Disney channels,
ESPN property.
Everything on YouTube TV. So, Big Mike, before 3 o'clock, you got about 3.5 hours right now. You got to figure out. You got to narrow your choices down. What you want, how you're going to be able to. You just got to do it at this point. And like you said earlier, my dad texted in and he said that he got the Hulu, so I'll probably just steal his today. So
there you go. That's how we'll manage. There you go.
Yeah,
that's the American way.
I mean, that's absolutely right. I mean, what are dads for? So that's exactly what we'll do, and hopefully it will kick off at 3 o'clock on the SEC network. I'll be watching, and then after that, YouTube's got to figure it out, because it's not a big deal, Zach, if on Saturday can't watch every college football game. I can pull it up on the ESPN app. I can go to a bar and I can watch it. I can find a buddy's house to watch it. But on Tuesday night, if ABC doesn't come back on and Dancing with the Stars is not on my television at 7 o'clock, my wife might shoot me, and that's not going to work.
That's not where you want to be.
It's not where I want to be, and also I got to see what happens, because I'm invested in this season too. But hopefully we'll be invested in the rest of the season for the Razorbacks, and hopefully they don't let go of the rope today, to use that cliche phrase. We'll be back here on Arkansas Game Day in just a second, live from the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Zach Arns and Colton Little taking you all the way the last half hour here, all the way up to 12 o'clock before the Razorback pregame show. Don't go anywhere. This is Arkansas Game Day, live from the Stadium Shop.
You're listening to Arkansas Game Day, sponsored by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, and by
the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
He loves being a Razorback.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050. COP CDL Academy.
Winter just around the corner, now's the time to make sure your equipment is ready to handle the cold, the snow, and everything in between. Whether you're planning preventative maintenance, gearing up for snow removal, or keeping your fleet running through harsh conditions, Sharp Equipment is here to help you stay ahead. If you've got winter projects coming up, let Sharp Equipment know what parts you'll need. Sharp Equipment can help you avoid downtime and keep your operations moving no matter the weather. Give Sharp Equipment a call at 479-649-0500 or stop by at 3918 Pointer Trail East in Van Buren to see how Sharp Equipment can help you keep moving forward.
Crisp air, colorful leaves, and the perfect season to get moving. It's fall at True Grit Running Company. Whether you're hitting the trails, walking the neighborhood, or cheering from the sidelines, we've got the shoes, apparel, and accessories to keep you comfy and supported. From cozy layers to top brands like Hoka, Brooks, and OOFOS, fall into your new favorites today. Stop by True Grit Running Company on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, right behind Chick-fil-A. This autumn, let your journey start with True Grit.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino Tite.
When electrical needs pop up, don't get left in the dark. Call the local team that's trusted on and off the field. Harrison Electric. That's who homeowners and local businesses choose. Harrison Electric. Honest, dependable, and they leave no mess behind. From quick fixes to major upgrades, Harrison Electric is your go-to for all your electrical projects. Don't sit on the sideline with electrical problems. Get back in the game with the pros you can count on. Harrison Electric. Honest, quick, trusted. 652-3077.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Yeager's Ace Hardware is helping our customers kick off the holidays with a big thank you. November 1st and 2nd, Ace Rewards members receive 20% off regularly priced items. Get more details in the store or on your Ace Rewards app. Plus, now through December 1st, Yeager's is offering Black Friday savings every day, all month long, to everyone. Save on hundreds of items and get a $10 gift card with your $50 purchase. Why wait for Black Friday savings when you can get it at all 5 Yeager's locations through December 1st? Yeager's Ace Hardware. Real help, real savings.
Around here, we don't just know your name. We know your dad's favorite truck and your kid's baseball team. That's how it is when you've been in the same town for 90 years. At Hug Chevrolet GMC, we believe in handshakes, hometown service, and treating you like family. Because you're not just a customer, you're a neighbor. Hug Chevrolet GMC. The people, the place, the pride.
Welcome back to Arkansas Game Day.
Green's going to throw off play action, right flat, sharp stairs, skips a tackle, and he's got a chance to go. Down the sidelines, 20, 10, touchdown Arkansas.
Start every Saturday with Arkansas Game Day 5 hours before kickoff. Brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. Arkansas Game Day is also presented by
the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
His aura, man, we talk about it all the time. He has a different type of aura.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
Zach, did you hear this story from earlier this week about Georgia quarterback Gunnar Stockton? Here in the world's largest cocktail party, Georgia, Florida, it's a big game. They're playing that game. It's one of the biggest ones of the weekend. It starts at 2:30 this week. Georgia quarterback Gunnar Stockton said that the game means a lot to him because his grandfather actually died of a heart attack, which is really tragic, in the parking lot after the game. But his last words is, "This is just, you can't make this anymore, SEC." He said something about Todd Grantham's defense, and that was it. That's just, you can't even write it any better than that. So, world's largest cocktail party, Florida versus Georgia, coming on your TV screens today, maybe if you don't have YouTube TV, at 2:30 p.m. on ABC. We'll get you going around the rest of the SEC here. Mississippi State and Arkansas, obviously, at 3 p.m. on the SEC Network. South Carolina, they almost knocked off Alabama last week. They're taking on number 7 Ole Miss today at 6 o'clock. Oklahoma and Tennessee, another top 25 matchup in Knoxville. Zach, lots of other stuff happening around the SEC, Kentucky and Auburn, who cares? But, Zach, what do you think about the SEC slate this Saturday?
Well, I was just informed that Arch Manning on the first play of the Vandy game threw a 75-yard touchdown pass.
Texas is up 10-0 right now.
Yeah, so there we go. But I was it's funny you mentioned the thing about Gunnar Stockton. I was watching the Frank Cignetti press conference this week, and they've got Maryland this week in a game that they'll win by 75 points. But what I found out
made
was
Maryland
that
sound like Notre Dame. I mean, that's what Cignetti does.
But you have to. That's the Lou Holtz approach to things. But what he did point out was Maryland's long snapper is dating his niece. And he said when he went home there, the last time he went back to Pittsburgh, the long snapper, and he went to see his family, and his niece was there with the long snapper from Maryland. And college football is such there's so many like tales are woven into the fabric of this. I love stories like that.
Yeah.
Notre Dame plays Boston College today, and I've got 1,000 I hate Boston College stories. But everybody's got that kind of thing today, where everybody's got a little history, got a little tie. All these coaches are for the most part friends or at least acquaintances, and they you find out one guy worked here and you had no idea. I learned one the other day about a coach that was on a staff, and it'll come back to me in a second. Having one of those senior moments.
Yeah, 6:30 p.m. tonight, Oklahoma and Tennessee is probably the game I'm most excited to watch this weekend. It's two teams that really, they're still clinging on to possibly squeaking into the playoffs if they finish strong this season. Oklahoma and Tennessee, I mean, they're 14 for the Vols, and they're ranked number 18 if you're an Oklahoma fan. Zach Mateer started the season off for Oklahoma. Everybody thought that the Heisman was his to lose. And they've fallen off here the last several weeks. They lost to Texas, and then also as well as Ole Miss this past week, and they didn't look quite that good against Ole Miss at times. So
who's the best team in the league?
See, that's a hard question because I want to say that it may be Ole Miss, but at the same time, I think that Alabama would probably beat them if they played today. So
it's not Mississippi. Mississippi's fatal flaw is their defense.
Yeah, I mean, if you let the Razorbacks score that many points on you and keep it a game, I mean, you're gonna have some weaknesses. But Zach, to me, I think that Alabama. I mean, everyone was ready to fire Kalen DeBoer after they stumbled the first week against Florida State.
Yeah, it's convenient how we've forgotten about that, right?
But since then, they've just been back to the old Alabama ways, just joyless murder ball, as they called it, and it's been pretty solid. And
I think it's A&M.
We cannot discount A&M. My only thing with A&M is I look at their schedule, and they played a good Notre Dame team. They obviously beat Arkansas and handled them very well, but there are some other teams that have played a little bit harder of a schedule than Texas A&M, in my opinion.
True,
So.
But I think top to bottom, and I think Alabama's playing the best right now, but I can't get past losing by 2 touchdowns to Florida State. That's something that the SEC shills have kind of conveniently forgotten. You point out everybody else's flaws, but Alabama lost by 2 touchdowns to Florida State. A bad Florida State today. And by the way, that's one of Sterling's picks today is take Wake plus the 10, just in case you were wondering. He liked that one. I don't know that there's a great team in the league. I think there are 3 really good teams, and then I think there's everybody else. I think that the Big Ten's top 4 may be better.
Yes.
Head to head, but none of that matters. I did a thing on our show, and I know we got a break here in a second, but I did a thing on our show a couple of weeks ago where I was going through the computer rankings. The computers love Utah on a neutral field against virtually anybody. Yeah, it's Alabama. I think it was like Alabama was like 1. They liked Alabama, and then I think like Notre Dame was 2, and like Utah was 3. And it really shocked me, like head to head against the top 16, how many games Utah would be favored in. Just something to keep an eye on as we get closer to the playoff.
And you mentioned that Texas A&M and their strength. They've obviously, I think that if you're not convinced about Texas A&M, I can see how you would be, Zach, after last week when they absolutely manhandled, like they absolutely out-physicaled LSU. And this is what Governor Jeff Landry had to say afterwards.
I'm tired of rewarding failure in this country.
And so he stopped and he got rid of Brian Kelly for $50 million or so. So, and we won't be rewarding failure down there in Baton Rouge anymore. But LSU, Penn State, Florida, Virginia Tech, UCLA, Oklahoma State, Arkansas, and there's more and more and more to come following probably what's going to be one of the most tumultuous coaching cycles in the history of college football. But we're going to break right here, wrap it up in just a second here on Arkansas Game Day live at the Stadium Shop on Razorback. We'll come back with Robert Mann himself to tell you about all the great things they got going on over there as we finish up here on Arkansas Game Day live at the Stadium Shop. Zach Arns and Colton Lill here to finish it off in just a second. Y'all stay right there.
You're listening to Arkansas Game Day, sponsored by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
And by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
He loves being a Razorback.
Less than 2 seconds left on the clock and no timeouts, Peter. I don't know what they're going to do. Down 3 and way out of field goal range. Truly an unlucky state to be in.
This state has plenty of luck. Last year, 8 Arkansans each won $1 million off a lottery ticket.
State as in a state of being, not...
Whoa, touchdown Razorbacks. This is winning, folks. Every lottery ticket you buy in Arkansas helps fund college scholarships. You could be the next big winner. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful. Not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust a team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Archery season is here, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows and crossbows, all tuned and ready to shoot. Expert bow technicians with years of experience are on site and ready to get you dialed in to hunt. Need gear? Infinity has tree stands, saddles, plus blinds from Banks Outdoors. Find all your hunting needs now at Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in Alma. Infinity Sports and Outdoors.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
Need a little extra cash? Go see Rusty at Golden Gym Pond, 310 West Center in Greenwood. Get the money you need with loans on jewelry, guns, tools, and electronics. If you're looking for a gift, they have a large selection of jewelry to choose from, and Rusty can take care of all jewelry repair. Stop by Golden Gym Pond today, 310 West Center in Greenwood, or call 996-2792. Open 9 to 5:30 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and 9 to 3 on Wednesday. Golden Gym Pond.
Oh, did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call your shelter insurance agent, Ryan Hughes, in Fort Smith.
If the 25th is the silver anniversary and the 50th is gold, what's the 75th? Well, that's the fresh beef, onions, pickles, lettuce, tomatoes, fries, and drink anniversary. Everybody knows that. Get the #1 water meal for $7.50 in honor of our 75th anniversary. A meal like that is the way you're supposed to celebrate a 75th. The Whataburger 75th meal deal. Whataburger, what a deal. For a limited time at participating locations.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts needs, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Welcome back to Arkansas Game Day.
Green's going to throw off play action, right flat, sharp stairs, skips a tackle, and he's got a chance to go down the sidelines. 20, 10, touchdown Arkansas.
Start every Saturday with Arkansas Game Day 5 hours before kickoff. Brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville. Arkansas Game Day is also presented by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
His aura, man, we talk about it all the time. He has a different type of aura.
This is Arkansas Game Day.
Welcome back one last time. Arkansas Game Day, hanging out at the Stadium Shop, 989 South Razorback Road, right next to Baum Stadium. If you're old like Robert and I, it's right next to where Cuckoos used to be.
Cuckoos used to be over there,
and
yes.
the DMV used to be over there as
well. Cuckoos.
Yeah, Cuckoos used to be over there. If you ever had a mind eraser, that was the place.
That was where J.J. Metters against Alabama catches the touchdown.
Right.
That's where I was. At Cuckoos.
Oh, at Cuckoos. All right. Yep. I met
was there.
Nadia Comaneci at Cuckoos during the.
You met her?
Yeah, she was in for the shareholders meeting. I was having lunch over there and walked Nadia Comaneci.
I got one that can beat that.
Who'd you meet at Cuckoos?
Wayne Gretzky at my store during the Walmart shareholder
great
meeting.
one. Yeah, yeah.
He spent like $600.
For those who don't know, Wayne Gretzky is a hockey player. Anyway, we are hanging out here at the Stadium Shop, getting ready for the Razorbacks and the Mississippi State Bulldogs in a couple hours. Robert has a couple spaces open for parking. Again,
the sun is out.
The sun is now out and in its proper location. So we're excited about that. Robert's got he's giving stuff away. We've young man right here just bought a bunch of stuff off the 75. Not you, sir. Yes, you. Off the 75% rack. Got some stuff for his man cave.
Yeah, I saw that. And we got a lot of stuff in there, 75% off. And we also have the buy one, get one half off sale.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the, what we called it, the Hogtoberfest.
Hogtober, yep.
But October's over.
Yeah, well, it's October weekend.
Yeah. So we're still doing the buy one, get one half off.
All right, so that you got that going on. Plus, and I will say this until the end of time, this is where you want to park your car. It is cheaper than on campus, and you can be on the interstate and out of here after the game in 6 minutes. I have timed it myself.
Yeah, you park here.
Even with all the construction, you can make it out in 6 minutes.
Well,
It used to be less than that. It used to be like 3 minutes.
5.
Yeah, because you'd be able to take that long loop around, but now you have to kind of cut through a neighborhood. But you can be on the interstate and headed home in 6 minutes. It is the absolute best place.
How long,
to,
guys?
to
How
park
long?
your car.
How long?
6 minutes. Chase,
6 minutes.
Yep, Chase just swung by. They're walking out. That's a big old bag.
Yeah, that is a big
That's
bag.
a big old bag, my
That's
man.
a good thing.
That's a big old bag.
And I actually met Denver Bill.
Yes, Denver Bill swung by here.
In a hat that looked like a
Durham Bulls.
Durham Bulls.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It looked like the Durham Bulls, but it was
Denver Bill stopped by.
Yeah.
The kid came here. She doesn't get up before like 10
so
on a
this
weekend.
This is Rockstar Weekend.
Exactly. Yeah. This and it's Mississippi State. It's homecoming.
Yeah.
So you got all that going on.
Stars are
So you
aligning.
can, come here.
It is homecoming.
All right. So now tell me what else we got. Now for you YouTube refugees, Robert will have the game on.
Oh, in the store, yes.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
If you're one of the refugees and you need a place to come watch the game, come hang out with Robert.
Yeah.
I got breakfast tacos from Rudy's. Kinsey gave them a thumbs up, and she's very particular about her breakfast tacos.
She's going to take several of them home.
I'm being told they're gone. Elizabeth, they're gone?
They're all gone?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Sorry,
we
Kinsey.
plowed through all of the Rudy's tacos. Well, shout out to our friends at Rudy's for the food. That was
Thank you.
It went quickly.
A lot of people eating good today.
Mm-hmm. All right, now tell me about the Ultimate Game Day giveaway. We're going to be registering for this. You come in, you scan the QR code, you get registered for it. We're going to give it away during here. I'll hand this to you.
I got to read it.
Yeah, there you go. And we're running like a Swiss car. We'll give it away Missouri weekend.
$200 gift certificate to the Stadium Shop. $200 gift certificate to Rudy's. Another one to Swift's. Another one to Birdie and Brews, and then another one to Richard's Meat Market.
Wow!
Can I have that one?
Man, I'm telling you what. I just you had me at Stadium Shop. You sealed the deal with Richard's.
I mean, Richard's is awesome.
That's a heck of a deal.
Yeah, it is.
I don't mind saying that's a hell of a deal.
That's a great deal.
You can come in.
$1,000 worth of stuff right there.
Yep. There's a QR code that you come in, and it's right here on our here. It's even on the YouTube.
No, don't put it on the YouTube.
You can't.
You can come into the store.
That's
it's
correct.
hanging by the exit door, so you can scan the QR code.
Get yourself registered and walk out with. I mean, look, that's Christmas right there.
It is.
And we've talked about this before. Like, you want to get your Christmas shopping done early. This is a place to
75%
go. 75% off. You come in, you get your Razorback stuff with a Razorback fan in your life. And I swear to you, Robert, there's Chase getting registered
He's
right now.
doing it right now, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. But Robert has, if you want it, Robert's probably got it. If he doesn't have it, he can get it.
I can go get it.
He is,
and that's the beauty of us. We're not you're talking to corporate right here, and you saw the boss lady, Elizabeth. Between her and Matthew and myself, If you need it, we can go find it. We don't have to call corporate headquarters and say, hey, we need this. We can actually just go and get it. So
that is
I dare our competitors to try to do that.
Absolutely not. Now, you got to talk to Robert about Joe Bonamassa and some Razorback-related stuff in order to get to corporate, but that's just part of the deal.
Are you having fun here with this bee?
Well, we've been killing some yellow jackets here. I thought we had a good frost that got rid of it. There he is.
I guess Zach is allergic to it.
Well, I've been stung once this year, and
already?
Yeah, they got me earlier during the summer, and I didn't enjoy that very much. So
okay,
so that's not fun. But come on by and look.
Please,
it's starting to get busy here.
Well, we saw the police department out putting out the cones.
Yep. So the team
they're getting ready.
Yep.
The team be coming through here in about 3 hours or 3 hours for kick hour.
No, they'll be coming through shortly, and then.
Well, probably when we go off the air, they'll come by.
Probably, yep.
And we have parking, and I like Zach said, you're not going to find a better place to park.
I can hear some really stupid cowbells being rung in the distance behind you guys. Need
yeah,
you guys to stop that immediately.
We've seen some Mississippi State folks roll through. We didn't say anything because, frankly, you don't want to make eye contact with
If I see a cowbell, I'm going to put it somewhere.
All right, that's what I want to talk. That's the kind of talk we need. Now,
I'm sick of this.
All right. Buy one,
get one half off, and we're going to do that all weekend, including tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We will be open tomorrow. Come and see us. We got the best parking in the world. What?
And
what?
Monday. There's a basketball game.
Oh, we got a basketball game. Yeah.
So you come by, you get ready for the basketball game. They got the shuttles.
And we got the basketball stuff too.
6 minutes.
There you go. So come by and see Robert at the Stadium Shop. Colton, man, it's been fun. I appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, sir, always. All right, Arkansas and Mississippi State set to kick off at 3 o'clock on the SEC Network. Kicking it to everybody at the Learfield pregame here in just a minute. Thanks for listening to Arkansas Game Day on ESPN Arkansas.
You are listening to Arkansas Game Day, sponsored by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
And by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery.
He loves being a Razorback.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the